Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and I'm back with another Pauper League. And as you can see, we already got the puns going in chat. Gonna be playing some blue-white Evoke today. Evoke is not dead. Stoked to get into this one. Real quick, shout out the channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. Go to the channel, check it out, subscribe to the channel. Really the best way to support me. Thank you so much. I record all my videos live on Twitch, twitch.tv/snapboltgames. So you can follow me there. I post on Reddit and Twitter when I go live. So come hang out live if you want to play some Magic live with me. All right, let's get into this. This is Blue White Evoke. This is one of my favorite brews. I have a ton of videos on my channel of this deck. It's based around these Evoke creatures, Muldrifter and Soul of Migration. We kind of put them in and out of play with Angelic Renewal and Ephemerate. So essentially, you evoke Muldrifter, comes in, draw two. It either dies to renewal and comes back, you draw another two and have a 2/2 flying, or you ephemerate it, same thing happens, and you end up with these flying bodies. You either draw a bunch of cards or get a bunch of flyers. And then, other than that, we're basically just a blue light control deck, a lot of removal spells. Made some changes recently. One thing I'm trying now, which I actually really like, which I am probably going to get a lot of crap for, is I'm playing one rEvoke Existence in the main deck, and I've really liked it so far. There's some other options. There's a 3 mana instant that exiles an artifact or enchantment with cycling 2, but almost every single deck has targets for this. Even Fey decks often have the new Ninja, which is also an enchantment. They have Spire Golem, and then it's just so nice to have one copy of in the main deck. When you're doing these ephemerate loops with Archaeomancer, to have one rEvoke to be able to get is really nice. Plus, again, it's just a pretty good card in the format right now. Other changes in the deck, I went down to one Spirited Companion. This card's still been fine. I wish we had a Wall of Omens downshift, but not sure that's going to happen anytime soon. Went down to one Stonehorn main as well. Just the fact that it doesn't provide any card advantage and can be weak in some situations. I didn't really like two main. What I'm trying is I still have the 4 Preordain, 2 Ponder, which I've liked. And then I'm trying one Brainstorm. Could be the third Ponder, could play two Brainstorm. I've played like multiple Brainstorms at times and it's been good. But I think the one instant Brainstorm is nice because a lot of times you're leaving up Counterspell, and having one instant speed cantrip is nice. If you have two, that'd be good too. But I really like Ponder smoothing out your early draws in Pauper better than Brainstorm and not allowing you to get mana screwed as easily or Brainstorm locked. So that's why 2 Ponder, one Brainstorm. In the sideboard, we have 4 Dust and a second rEvoke for affinity, but I really like the second rEvoke also against decks like Boggles or any other enchantment deck that we want. 2 Lone Missionary is key. We have a second Dawnbringer on the sideboard, and then just extra Stonehorns against Boggles and Mono White Menace, Mono White Heroic, a couple Hydros Dispel, and 2 Relics. I will say also before we get into the first round, I just ordered this deck, basically all the cards I was missing, put it together in paper, and I'm gonna play it locally, San Diego, in 2 days live. And it's going to be the first time that I've played Paper Magic since the beginning of the pandemic, so probably over 2 years, and I'm really stoked. Can't wait. This is the perfect deck to play for my first deck back. The other thing I wanted to note was I'm thinking about starting to play some more Pioneer and Modern because those are Pro Tour formats, and I want to get back on the Pro Tour since the announcement. So I'll be playing definitely, some Modern in real life, trying to qualify for the regional championships through, the regional championship qualifiers that are going to be held all over the place. And I might be playing, some more Pioneer and Modern online to prep for that. So look out for that. Hopefully that's exciting news. And I'll still be playing some Pauper, of course. But without further ado, let's just get into the first round. Let's go. All right, welcome to the first round. We have a double Chancery hand, which I don't know if that's actually ever happened. Maybe once or twice. It can happen when you have 3 bounce lands in your deck. So we got a mulligan. This is a little sketchy, but I think we can keep. And I don't know if we're going to need this Stonehorn here. This looks fine. Looks like we're against Fae. We don't know if it's mono blue, blue black, or blue red yet, which is why you should play snow covered islands. It doesn't really matter though. It's not really going to affect my decisions here. Like if I think they're blue red or blue black or whatever they are. And these cards are good, but I don't think I can keep them. I just lock myself out of drawing lands if I keep these, so I have to just shuffle. And that is why Ponder Earlies is better than Brainstorm. Sure, we still could miss on lands, but this gives us additional looks, and otherwise we would have just been Brainstorm locked. So I'm going to just last bet this right now, I think. Then I won't get hit by Ninja. I think that's better than just passing with Counterspell up, letting them use their mana on ninjaing me. So I can last breath this. Sure, they can resolve something like an Augur or another fairy, but then next turn I can have Counterspell up. Feel like it's the play. And again, sorry about the lighting behind me. It's a little bit earlier than I usually stream. The sun's staying out a little bit longer, so I have the curtain closed, but we're getting some pretty bad glare through it, so nothing I can do about it, but it should dissipate soon. All right, they go one top, one bottom, play another preordained. So this is actually perfect scenario for us. We get to hit a land drop next turn. They likely will not have a creature in play unless they go island another fairy seer here. Okay, they don't, and we draw another land, so perfect. Now we just pass back with Counterspell up. I'll counter any creature they play. Great. Glad it's not glaringly obvious. I'll preordain here, and then if they spell stutter it, I'll just counter that. They don't counter. Wow, I think I want both of these. Top. Because then next turn I can just go play Island, play Spirited Companion, continue leaving up counterspells. I think this is a pretty good situation for us. We're not getting tempoed out early by Fae. Eventually we can just start casting Mole Drifters and Soul of Migrations, which they only have 4 counterspell in their deck. Spell Stutter does not counter all of our expensive spells. So I like it. I'm going to play this now. I get to cycle. I get a body in play. I think it's just worth. Marvel comes out with movies pretty fast, but I come out with videos faster than Marvel. They like are shocked that I'm playing a Spirited Companion. Maybe they thought we were fams and they don't know what deck we are. Maybe they just are, doing something else. We don't really know. My guess is they don't know what deck we are. Oh, they disconnected, so I'm wrong. Okay, I'm gonna pause till they get back here. Looks like they actually just immediately rejoined. Maybe they're having internet problems, I'm not sure. I have a Mirror Pond Pale Ale from Deschutes. I really like that brewery. They have a lot of good stuff. I gotta say, I like pretty much all their beers, except one of their most popular ones, the Fresh Squeezed, isn't my favorite. They're gonna counterspell this. Just gonna let that resolve. I'll still counterspell a spell stutter spray here. Wow. Just gonna go bottom, top. This is where bounce lanes are so good. You get to hit your land drop this turn and next turn, get up to a higher mana threshold when we likely would have just missed a land drop otherwise. So strong. I could tap out for Soul of Migration at some point, but I don't really feel like I need to yet. Ooh, I should have played Island first, probably. Didn't get punished. I think I'll just go bottom, top, land, go. See what we'll do next turn, but we have double counter up here. I mean, again, opponent's not really doing anything. I don't think we need to jam, but I'll fight over this. Yeah, that was really good for us. I think they probably have another counter spell. Okay, now it's just jam because next turn we can go late to dinner, the Soul of Migration, maybe with double counter spell up if we draw land. Wow, it just resolves. That's so good. And now next turn, I mean, I guess they just scred it. But still, then next turn we just late to dinner, have counters up, maybe have Ephemerate up as well. It's just going to be really good. Wow, that's a pretty greedy Commodore here. I'm going to get to take the Monarch. Maybe they're going to go for Electrickery or something, but maybe they're going to Fire Ice if they have that. Bolt a bird, yeah. Bolt another bird. That is just like totally fine with me. Sure, I'm not going to take the Monarch this turn, but I just think that's totally fine. Okay, so play land, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So I'm just going to go late to dinner. Oh, I can't late to dinner and have double counterspell up. Well, I can, but then I don't have Ephemerate up. Maybe just late to dinner, double counter up is the play. I feel like that's going to be pretty hard for them to beat. Then next turn I can attack and have Ephemerate and counters up. I mean, we just 3-for-1 them on the first Soul of Migration, and then putting a second one in with double counter up seems really good. I can even just trade for this. I don't think I need to. I can gain 3 life off food. I can trade for that like next turn. I can attack with all Ephemerate, have a bunch of blockers. I think I'm fine to just take there. I think I can crack food right now as well. It's a little bit greedy. I don't think I need to actually. All right, I'm gonna attack with everything. Then I'm gonna get a plains here. Get the Monarch. And then on their upkeep, I'm gonna go for Ephemerate here, most likely. Because then if they want to fight over this, they have to spend mana on their turn, which is, obviously a lot better for us than them spending on mana on our turn and getting to untap. So now if they want to fight over this, it's going to be rough. They have to spend a lot of mana right now. Scred. Let's counter it. And they concede. Nice. They went for the Shrek for the Crimson Fleet Commodore, basically because they didn't have any other options. Sweet. So rEvoke can come out. These 3 can come in. Sounds kind of funny, but I actually think I like Lone Missionary here. I tried it recently in this matchup, and I feel like that it's good because the way you lose a lot of times is by them getting down an early ninja and beating you down. And so just having a 2-mana 2/1 that can trade for Ninja of the Deep Hours is good. Plus giving you the life total buffer is nice. So I think I like it. Oops. These are all coming in. Put this in the wrong pile. Dawnbringer. I just cannot put stuff in the right pile. All these are coming in. These are coming out. I like to side out like a renewal, maybe an Ephemerate. They're going to have more interaction. It's harder to resolve stuff. I can take out like a cantrip as well, like a Ponder. Ponder's just... The cantrips, like, obviously are really good. They just get worse against spell set. They're worse against spell setter sprite. I think I do want to try Lone Missionary. Yeah, Missionary trades for their Monarch creature. It threatens to take the Monarch. It just gets us down on board early because we like have a pretty dominant late game in this matchup. I think 1 Stonehorn is fine, although it's not that good, but I'll try it again. Might be tempted to start trying to side out spell stutter. We'll see. Try it like this. But life gain can help you stabilize, like, and not die to burn spells. We're gonna mulligan a single Ash Burns. Keep this bad hand. So sure, it's not the best card, but you have so much card advantage with Moedes and ephemerates and everything and your cantrips that often you have so many cards that playing a card that doesn't give card advantage can be totally reasonable. Plus, stopping their card advantage engine of Ninja or making them use removal on that is pretty strong. All right, I'm just going to take this opportunity to resolve Renewal. It's so critical to resolve that card in this matchup because now any of the 8 evoke creatures that I draw, I can just evoke and have counter backup, and they have to like try to counterspell even when I evoke. I don't need to tap out, so I just get so much value for any Muldrift or anything I do right now. And they didn't even have a Ninja right now, which is good as well. Recycling Ash Barrens, sure. Our hand is pretty bad right now, though. So if they do go like Ninja Leo counter, it's going to be pretty tough. They don't. I'm going to counterspell this Augur for sure. I guess they can spell stutter back, but I have to go for this. Yeah, this feels like spell stutter, yep. Not much I could do there. See if they can hit. Preordain. It's a good hit. Moedes, let's go. Nice. Now just pass with Dispel and Hydro up. I mean, I actually just sided out Dawnbringer Cleric and put in Lone Missionary because it kills Ninja. I don't think Dawnbringer does that much in this matchup compared to Lone Missionary. Usually you're going to be using the life gain mode. And I think being able to trade for Ninja rather than just block it is better. Not really sure. Plus you can attack with it if they don't have Augur. I don't know, I like it. Now we're just in such a fantastic position because they play a removal spell here. I Dispel or Hydro Blast. Even if they have another piece of interaction to win the counter battle, then I just get to untap and late to dinner with counter up. So I'm just in a really good spot. I'm just gonna Hydro here. I'd rather have Dispel up next turn. Dispel Pierce. Terrible art. We do. Oh, I was gonna say we lose our Ephemerate, but we have used the Renewal, not the Ephemerate, so we're actually in a good spot still. Yeah, now we just get to late to dinner Moedes. Love it. Just play Ash Barrens, play late to dinner. Okay, they're going for Ninja as well, it looks like. No. Oh yeah, they had to wait till after Walkers. Okay. Now I can also potentially, if I want to, just go late to dinner Muldrifter and Ephemerate Muldrifter right now. Play late to dinner this. I don't think I want to Ephemerate right now. I'd rather just leave up Dispel. I could also just Ephemerate in response to a removal spell potentially. It's already 7 cards in hand to now 5 for the, or 4 after draw. Wow. So yeah, we're in a good spot as long as we don't die here. So this is why again, look at how many cards we're drawing. This is why Lone Missionary is pretty decent. I'm gonna just go for this. I can save the Dispel for Counter Wars, but this essentially counters Shred the same. All right, they have another Spell Stutter. They get to draw another card, but we still have so many cards in hand. Lone Missionary is gonna be good here. Stabilizing the life total and against Ninja. Oh, they have a Moon Circuit. They return Augur. I mean, we're still in trouble this game now that they have this, but we have a chance. Oh, we knew about that Spell Stutter. I still would have gone for Ephemerate there, I think. There's Renewal. feel like that's actually pretty good. So I can go play Renewal, play Lone Missionary, play Chancery, leave up Dispel. I'm 1 mana short of going Archaeomancer, but I don't really need to do that yet. I can resolve that later with counter backup. So yeah, let's just do this. Just deciding if I want to ponder or not. Oh, I should have gone Renewal first. Likely it won't matter, but that was bad sequencing. I think I'd rather leave up Dispel, because then if they have a removal spell, I can Dispel it and block Ninja. We know they have Augur in hand. Yeah, I guess Dawnbringer does kill this. They usually only have 2 copies of it, though. No attacks. Another Ninja, though. Okay. I will cycle this Ash Barrens at the end of turn, I think. Not too concerned with them playing a removal spell here. I'll just probably use Renewal if that was the case. Ephemerate. I like that. Let's go land. Archaeomancer. I think I'm getting back late to dinner so I can get back this Muldrifter next turn. And then I can just pass with counters up. Also, they can't really attack into this, because then I could just Renewal Archaeomancer, potentially. I have double counter backup here as well. So I have to go Dispel, then they're going to go Spell Stutter Sprite, and then I counterspell the Spell Stutter Sprite. Then I still think I'm going to get back late to dinner. That just gives me the most inevitability, I think. Nice. Just too much. This is one thing that I like about this deck compared to FAMs. I do like FAMs as well. I've only played it a little bit, but this card, just like when it's sitting in play versus a lot of decks, it allows you to go for Archaeomancer loops with even more inevitability, because if they break up the loop, then you can just renewal back your creature. So like next turn I could have like gone for Ephemerate without really risking much, because then I can just renewal, get back Archaeomancer. I also have this late to dinner. Just too much inevitability here. I think opponents scooped a little too soon this game, but yeah, it wasn't. I think we were looking favored. So nice. Beat Blue Red Fame round 1. Let's go round 2. Yeah, it's. I agree. Definitely quick concession there, but I'll take it. That's like I've heard on the golf course, if somebody says, "Oh, you can pick up that putt," it's like I always pick it up. I'll take it. All right, be on the play. A lot of mulligans here. Hmm. I think we should actually go to 5. Sure, we have a ponder to hit a land drop, but if we don't hit multiple running land drops, this hand doesn't even work. I think we have to just mull. Keep. Put back Stonehorn and Archaeomancer. Keep Revoke Existence. I like it. There's just so many targets for Revoke in this matchup. Yo, Stompy, what's up? And yeah, Holy Light is nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just look at it. Now we need to find an Archaeomancer again here. I'll get Island. I'm shuffling first before this Preordain. I think I want both of these. Maybe it's a little bit too slow. I could just keep one. Just keep the Preordain. I don't necessarily have infinite time here. I think Black-White Control Black-White Pestilence is a fine choice. I don't like the creature version, but I think it's a fine deck. All right, let's go Preordain into rEvoke this. Wow, let's go. Bottom, top. I guess I'll just Dawnbringer now. That main deck hate though. Could have destroyed their white source, but I think I like just killing their auras that matter. Yeah, got rewarded. Right, that's one I don't care about killing. But what is this? Is this the one that fights? It just gives +1/+1 and trample. All right. They have a 3/3. If we don't draw anything, I'm gonna play land. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for this. So if I find an ephemerate here, I just get unbelievably rewarded, and if not, I still just get the divination. Let's pass. Again, I don't really care about revoking any of their enchantments right now. And I just heard a notification that my fridge was open. BRB 1 second. Yeah, let's see what they cast. Okay. All right, we're back. We're in trouble this game still because now they can get Ancestral Mask or Ethereal Armor here, I guess. Yeah, they get Ancestral Mask. Abundant Growth, sure. So they have 3 cards in hand, one of which is this. I'm going to Brainstorm at the end of their turn. All right, we go to 12. We also do have 1 Stonehorn in the main deck and 2 in the sideboard. I mean, yeah. We're just going to go play land, Muldrifter, Ephemerate. And then Ephemerate again, probably on their turn. Or just not, because then I can play around a Ram through. We know they have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I probably just leave up the second Ephemerate to play around Ram through. I'm honestly not sure why they play this. I don't think they have. Oh, they could have a card that cares about having a forest in the sideboard. I don't know, honestly. There's nothing that good to revoke yet. I need to revoke this. And am I just dead? 1, 2, 3, 4 +8, 11. I guess I'm not dead, but yeah, it's looking rough. I basically need to find Stonehorn at this point. In fact, oh, I could have removed the trample. I guess I couldn't have done that and played a Muldrifter. So right now this is +8. Again, so this would be 11 damage. So if they have another enchantment, I lose. But otherwise, I'm actually... Oh yeah, good call. Good call there, Stompy, of course. Because this can only enchant forests. That actually seems better than gaining life. You don't care about your own life total that much. So, again, if they have enchantment into mask, I die. I don't think I could have played around that. If I went like revoke this, I don't have a blocker. It's looking good. It looks like they're just going to go mask, hit for 11. No, don't do it. Second mask. Wow, 2 copies of this card. I guess they're playing this instead of Ram through. So I still can chump this to survive, but I have to ephemerate in response to the fight trigger. Oh no, I can't survive. It's +1/+1 and then +2/+2 for this. Damn. Got boggled. Okay. Game 1 is rough. Wow, we drew Rogue Existence and Dawnbringer, but it just didn't matter. The turn they played, we killed the first big payoff. Then the turn they played the second big payoff, we died. So we had no opportunity to play this. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. That's a pretty expensive card to have, but they got us there. So we get a lot of hate here. I think I want all of those. Soul of Migration, not great. These removal spells are not great. Lone Missionary is like a chump blocker, but it's not that good. Dispel is also pretty bad. I could just keep the Soul of Migration. Just try to stick to our own game plan here. Because also sometimes, especially if they don't have an aura that gives trample, just Soul of Migration it can be really good at making a lot of chump blockers while we clock them in the air. 2 Dawnbringers, 2 rEvokes, 3 Stonehorn Dignitaries. I mean, we have a lot of hate for this matchup. Definitely built my deck thinking about this matchup a lot. So hopefully we can get there. This has got to be a keep. We have a Preordain. We have Renewal. We can like find a Muldrifter here and just go off. We can also find a Soul of Migration. We have a lot of good stuff to draw from here. We hit our land drops and we have a Preordain to find what we need. So Spirited Companion. I think I like it. You can just turn 2 Companion. And then if they don't have a Trample Aura, I can Renewal and start drawing cards with my dog. Another Renewal. Sometimes I like to side out 1 Renewal so this doesn't happen, but didn't do that here. So I have to not chump this turn if I want a Renewal next turn. I'm not going to just chump 2 damage. Ephemerate. I feel like I just go for a block Ephemerate here. Sure, they could have a Trample Aura, but I get to also play my Chancery right now. That's pretty annoying. Now I just have to take 5. I get to draw 2 cards. Draw. Land. Draw. Oops. Ooh, I almost passed the turn here. So probably just starting with this Preordain. I could tap out for Archaeomancer, but I don't love that. I like just preordaining. Let's go bottom, top, land, ponder. There's Dawnbringer Cleric and Soul of Migration. Looks good. I think I just kill the Trample Aura. Now next turn I can go Archaeomancer back Ephemerate my Dawnbringer Cleric, killing the Ethereal Armor. Jeez, they just have it all, huh? Jeez. So I can save 3 damage or 4, or just go to 3. They have 2 Rancors giving trample. I think I want to leave this in play. I mean, late to dinnering my Dawnbringer is not that good. I don't know if that's good enough, because then I just go late to dinner, Dawnbringer, kill Ethereal. That's all I can do that turn. But if I just take 10, go to 3, next turn I could go Archaeomancer, get back Ephemerate, Dawnbringer Cleric. Then I have 6 toughness in play, and they have 6 power. I'm at 3. And I have Ephemerate coming back down. It's pretty risky. I don't think I have a better line than that, though. I think I take here, though. I could also just draw Stonehorn Dignitary. Oh, no, I can't, because I know my top cards. Damn. This is pretty bad. Gonna have to block with the Dawnbringer Cleric this turn. And again, if they have basically anything, we die. Could not do the Ephemerate right now, but I think it's a little bit safer. Can't kill their Trample Auras because they have 2 of them. So I have to go block with like Dawnbringer plus Spirited Companion here or something. Alright, well, I think we die now. Feels pretty bad. Just when Boggles has a really good draw, again, it feels really good, but they mulligan a lot. There was nothing we could have really done. Damn. GG's. Draws were just a little bit too strong from Boggles there. Like we had the hate. Not sure if he was saying I should have targeted Rancor, but they had 2 Rancors. So yeah. And obviously it would just come back. It just sucks. Like also in game 1, I had rEvoke Resistance in my hand and it just wasn't good enough. Brutal. Yeah, that draw would have beaten a lot of different decks. I mean, we really needed Stonehorn there in game 2 or game 1. I think that's like the best card in the matchup, but we'll save everybody for round 3. It's a classic 4-1 deck, so we gotta lose 1, right? Alright, welcome to round 3. I'm gonna keep this hand. This hand looks reasonable. We're against Mr. Kurosaki. That's gotta be it. Rustvale Bridge. Probably just Boros Synth. I think that's a good matchup for us. Just because we have this card. Opponent says never, bad for all, the worst. I am just not going to respond. I don't know what they're talking about. They literally say never, bad for all, the worst. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're talking about our deck. But I'm not sure. Well, obviously they're responding, but what do they mean by it's not like? Do they not like saying GLHF or what? Yeah, now they said not Tron, so I guess Ephemerate deck. So they are just complaining about our deck. So you love to see it. See how much they go off in chat. Galvanic Blast, sure. Blast us. I didn't want to just do nothing that turn and start taking 1. I don't know. I felt like just journeying Thraben was okay. Like otherwise, I just journey a 2-power flyer anyway. It's not like that crazy. Now next turn I just get to go evoke Soul of Migration. So drawing that renewal was really, really nice for us. Kuldotha Rebirth, okay. They're hitting really well on the synth, which is bad for us too. I guess hitting Galvanic Blast isn't that good, but I actually haven't tried the Eggtron deck yet, but I really should. I don't know why I haven't, honestly. Just been playing other stuff. Had some brews in mind that I've been playing, so maybe that's it, but should get around to it. Might not be around forever. I should probably just block their goblins with my birds, just trade. I think that's fine. I guess I could just block with soul if they attacked, because even if they did something like a bolt or a rights, I could just late to dinner the soul, which seems pretty good. So I will block with soul actually. I'm gonna galvanic blast it. Who's the token deck now? All right, so I think all I can do is just go renewal, bounce land, pass. I don't want to evoke this yet. Having like a counter spell here would have been really nice, but it's so funny. Just like opponent immediately starts the match by complaining and being like all salty, being like, no, no luck, bad for all, and not Tron, I guess ephemerate. Like, it's like, why are you even playing? Is it not fun for you? Then don't play. Nobody's forcing you to play. Okay, they're just getting card advantage. That's fine. We can eventually find a Mole Drifter. Tranquil Cove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should probably just evoke Soul of Migration and use Renewal just to get the most value. I think I'm going to do it. It also just gives me a massive board. This matchup can go really long. They get Pyros post board, but I don't know. Again, I think I like this matchup. They have Burn, but we just have a better late game. Their flyers aren't too much of a problem, generally. It's interesting. They have 5 cards in hand still, though. That's a lot. We don't have much going on. Nice. Would have been good last turn, but not going to complain. Ooh, Last Breath. I wonder if I can start attacking with all of my flyers soon. I think I should not do that yet. I also kind of need my birds to like block their goblins and stuff. And again, I can probably just win the late game, so don't need to do anything too crazy. I'm very excited for the return of the Pro Tour, absolutely. I'm going to try to qualify, do my best. Whoa. I don't know if this is going to be good for them. I can block like this. Should probably just chump this. They're going to play like a Rally the Peasants or something here. 100%, right? can block like this. Maybe I want Mole Drifter to die, so then I can late to dinner the Mole Drifter. They definitely have Rally. I could just block, all double block this. If they have like 2 spells, which they likely have, kind of sucks, but again, I kind of want my Mole Drifter to die. What if I block Seeker also, or another Core Skyfisher with Molly D Bird? I can block like this. Then my Mole Drifter is going to get killed. Or I can even do this. Because they'd have to go rally, flashback, rally in order to kill this now. I like this, I think. Not sure. I can't take too much time here. I also have Last Breath, so I could potentially, if they go for rally with it on the stack, I could Last Breath the Seeker of the Way. Depending on what they do here. They don't usually have prismatic strands. They're not the Faithless Looting version, it looks like. They're the Kuldotha Rebirth, Ichor Wellspring version, so not playing around strands. I feel like this was a desperation attack, or they didn't think I would go so hard on blocks. But definitely going to. It says, won't let me drag your tokens. They said it won't let me drag your tokens, lol, nice. But this happened to me before, which is why I know. It asks you to order blockers, but it does it 1 pair of blockers at a time. So you have to say okay to one. It's the green one that's highlighted right now, then move on to the next one. So you have to do it once and then say okay for each one. It's pretty dumb. But you can't do it all at once, as far as I understand. Yeah, there is an order. Like if they just trade, they said, nah, it's bugging. With opponents salty attitude, I'm not sure that they're doing it right. See, now it just went from this one to this one. Now they're going to say, oh, actually, you're right. See, now it went to this one. So you can do it one at a time. See? Just trying to help you out. Just my mouse, apparently. No, no, I don't think so. They're just not going to play anything? I'll just let this happen. Seems good for me. Oh, they're going to go for... They're not playing a spell? They're assigning damage? What is this attack? Look at what I'm left with versus them. I don't understand. Cool, that screwed me. Bad luck indeed. I'm just gonna say I'm just I'm just gonna say you love to see it. They literally ordered blocks. They ordered blocks on their Core Skyfisher. Oh man, you love to see it. You really love to see it. Okay. Let's bring in Stonehorns. I actually don't hate Dust to Dust. kind of like it. They have artifact lands. They need a lot of mana. Exiling Synth is also really good. Can even exile Ichor Wellspring. I'm just going to bring in everything, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I don't even need revokes now that I have so many Dust to Dusts. I think I'm going to go like this. Journey's not that good, but removing core Skyfishers can be kind of nice. I need to side out a lot of stuff though, so I do have to make cuts. They concede the match. Judge has called a stop to this contest in the second round by TKO. That was fun. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, we'll see everyone on YouTube uh, for the next round. Maybe it'll be a full round. We'll see. All right, after that exciting round 3 against Boros there, didn't even need to go to game 2. We're in round 4 against Jay-Z Laws on Swamp Reckoner Raid. Mono Black Burn, huh? I'm going to gain life off my Tranquil Cove here, and then cantrip on 2, and then balance my Cove to gain another life. It does matter gaining 2 life off my land. I also have Kabira Crossroads in the deck, which helps versus this deck and Red Burn a lot. So that is something to note. Ooh, there's a renewal. Nice. I don't think I have time for this preordain. I obviously want renewal. Didn't think I needed to leave up counterspell yet. Let's just go top. If I Chancery, I have to discard. One thing I could do is go Chancery, discard Soul of Migration, and then just wait to dinner it on turn 4. Then I get to leave up counter next turn. I actually like that line. Like, discarding can be good in this deck in situations like this. We're in trouble here, though. On the draw against a really aggressive deck. Our hand's kind of clunky, but we might be able to stabilize. They had the Morsel Theft. Playing a version with discard, which you don't usually see. A lot of times they have 0 instants. Also, what I could do, I could play Renewal Tranquil Cove this turn. Then when I late to dinner my Soul of Migration, they can't really kill it with anything. And then maybe I can like untap on turn 5 and have counterspell up to not die. I think I like it. I also get this top land down. I think that this is the line. I think I've taken, I guess you could say, the winningest line, or the line with the most chance to win. Wow. I have a lot of unblockable creatures. I can block this. But I'm only at 10, so they have a ways to go with only 2 cards in hand. I'm going to 7. Okay, now I'm going to 4. So I could die next turn. But I need to go for late to dinner. Could have left up counterspell last turn. That may have ended up being better because we could die to 2 burn spells or the 4 damage. The target player loses 4 life one. But otherwise, we get to gain 3 and have counterspell up next turn. Ah, they have it. That's game. All right, well, they had a good aggro draw. We died on their turn 5. Sucks. We were close to stabilizing here, but just not quite. 3 lands, all cheap spells on the play. Sucks. That'll happen. Now we get the hate though. There's a lot of burn decks in the meta right now. They had a lot of creatures as well. I wonder if like Stonehorn is good. rEvoke also has to be pretty bad, right? Sure, they have that one enchantment, but doesn't seem good. I could do something like this. Then I go up to 2 Stonehorns, 2 Dawnbringers, 2 Lone Missionaries. I still have some Journeys. I have the Last Breath. I also kind of want a second Last Breath. Relic can be useful, but in a long game, we should be able to win no matter what. Like, if the game goes long, we're just in a great position, so... I'm gonna try it like this. I think Lone Missionary sideboard is actually pretty key in this deck. I want more Dawnbringers as well, but I think the 4 life just goes a really long way. Sketchy hand. If we draw an untapped land, then this hand gets really good. Any basic, even Ash Barrens does it. Alright, turn 3 renewal, tap land. Now we need to draw any land still in the next 2 draw steps. Playing a lot of 1/1s, unblockables, huh? Oh, I should have gone Journey there. No, I probably shouldn't have. Because if I draw an untapped land, I want to get Soul down. Start racing. They're on 1 land, huh? They just went through. They're stuck on 1 land. I guess I'm just journeying. I can counterspell later. That's what I said game 1 and I didn't, but I like this. Can be kind of like, sure, they've been stuck on 1 land, but that means they have all spells in hand, which, you know, isn't necessarily great for us. We're stuck on land now too, but at least we have 4 mana. Another 1/1. So many 1/1s for 1. Alright, now we should be in a good spot. Come on. Get to play another renewal, leave up counter. They say one day I'm gonna get a land. We'll see. Maybe I should have gone for Ephemerate this turn to increase my clock. But I don't think so, actually. Ephemerate instead of this, I mean, and then still had counter up. I get to hit for 6 and then 8, so I have lethal in 2 turns anyway. And they hit land, okay. Most of their deck is sorceries. Counter that. Journey. Should probably just go for Muldrifter, use the renewal, because I could draw Untap Land, Lone Missionary, or Dawnbringer. Or I could just draw Kabir Crossroads or something. I don't need to Ephemerate right now. Double wait to dinner. Chancery, Preordain. Those weren't the best hits. I doubt we can die though, right? Because we're going to go to 9. If they go land, triple Lava Spike, we die. Preordain looking for Tranquil Cove or Kabir Crossroads here, I think. Because we have lethal next turn anyway. Didn't hit. So they need land, triple Lava Spike here. Exactly, basically. By Lava Spike, I mean, you know, the bump in the night. Because we have 8 power here, so we have to just dodge lethal and then we win. I guess they could have the removal spell. There's the sometimes they play one black, one colorless, destroy target. Is it non-green creature? They lose 3 life. Oh, they have a Geth's Verdict. Okay. That is pretty bad. That buys them a turn. But again, if I draw untapped land, I can go late dinner, crack the food. Man. I know I bought him the untapped land, but I feel like it was still worth. I can also ephemerate. I'm just going to lead on preordain. There's a Stonehorn Dignitary. That's gotta be good enough, right? I can just play Stonehorn, play Tranquil Cove, go to 9 and be fine. This is essentially game 3. They need land triple bump still. Okay, we got him. Yeah, Soul Reap. Yeah, destroy target non-green creature. Its controller loses 3 life if you cast another black spell. I was on it. I was on it. Stonehorn does seem pretty bad, but it seems like a way to stop them from going wide with their 1/1s. So I guess I like 2 copies. We also did not draw Dawnbringer or Lone Mish there. Or Kabir Crossroads. Keep this. They mulligan to 6. Justice. They mulligan to 5. Turn 1 Swamp Fruit. That is not a very scary start. Just get my Cove down. Sure, I could have gone Island Ponder, but I think I'm fine to just wait. Ephemerate, Counterspell. Yeah, I mean, I'll draw these. I can even just any order draw them. It doesn't really matter as long as Counterspell wouldn't have been last. Reckoner Raid, that's pretty good. And into Boggart. Probably going to end up last breathing the Boggart, but I think I might also want to just take one this turn, last breath at end of turn. I think I need to counterspell this. I can also last breath like one of my own birds or something off this soul in order to just like gain life basically. Next turn we get to Muldrifter Ephemerate, and then the turn after that, Soul Migration Ephemerate. Alright, they're kind of doing it on a Mold of 5, but still it's going to take a lot more than this. Guess I'm just discarding a land here, probably a basic, because I want to gain 1 off Tranquil Cove. Guess I'll just discard Island. It's nice to have a couple extra white sources sometimes. I think next turn I'm going for Soul of Migration Ephemerate. I guess they can duress the Ephemerate, but they're probably going to take Last Breath. We can just find Load Missionary at any point here as well. Ooh, they took Ephemerate. And they 4 us. So we go to 8. They have 1 card in hand. They are kind of doing it again. I get to draw 2 more of Muldrifter, gain 1. Not this turn, because I'm probably going to get Soul down here. Spirited Companion. What about play Spirited Companion, play Tranquil Cove, try to set up double block on Reckoner Raid. They're gonna just trade for Muldrifter, and then I can Last Breath my Spirited Companion. I think that's the safest line. I'm gonna do it. Journey to Nowhere. They have one card in hand. I can even just Journey to Nowhere the Boggart right now and then block this. Yeah, let's go. I like that line. They have a fourth land, which is great for us. Looks like we should just have it now. We can gain 4 whenever. Definitely going to double block. You have to double block that because the creature has menace. The 2/2 has menace. So Morsel Theft for 4? Oh, fruit. That makes sense. All right, I can go Archaeomancer, get back, counterspell. They have one card in hand. Alternatively, I can just Archaeomancer, get back Ephemerate, play Tranquil Cove. We could technically die if we do that. It's unlikely. I think I like Archaeomancer, get back, counterspell, leave up counterspell, and last breath. I can just Archaeomancer, back Ephemerate with the second Archaeomancer. But I don't want to have to spend my mana right now. I want to be able to have counterspell up right now. Stefan, watching from Paris. Oh, always a pleasure to see Pauper. Yeah, glad you could make it out. Cool. So this is another fruit. I think I'm just going to counter it. Alternatively, I'm going to let it resolve and then just last breath my companion right now. Yeah, that's what I like. Just gain 4. Last breath just has been really solid for me. Reckoner Raid. I mean, that's annoying, but they have 0 cards in hand as well. Oh, jeez. It's kind of disgusting. They just mulled to 5 and then drew 5 lands. I think I can even just be safe enough to do this. It's like, what spell can they draw right now to really punish us? Like another Reckoner Raid? That's even fine. Any burn spell doesn't really matter. Now I can just start ephemerating Dawnbringer Cleric. I have counterspell up too. Oh, I should have done Dawnbringer Cleric probably, but I can also just get Last Breath here. Okay. That's enough for them. Sweet. I really don't like losing to Mono Blackburn. I guess I could exile the fruit, but I don't think I really care about that card either. I'd rather just like gain more life. It's the same thing, I guess. All right, 3-1. Evoke is the classic 4-1 deck, so maybe we can do it again here. Let's go round 5. Opa. Glad to see some of my Brazilian friends making it out. We're against Giraffe. Mono 4-1s with Evoke. I think it was like crazy. Out of like the first like 7 leagues, I want to say like 5 or 6 of them were 4-1s. It was pretty crazy. They say, yo, hey Snap, you too. Thank you for all that you do. Just glad you're enjoying the content. Let's mulligan this one Plains hand. Keep this. Um, this is tough what to put back. I could put back Kabira Crossroads, but it might be really good. I could just put back rEvoke. We don't know if rEvoke is going to be good yet. Just like we're probably going to be against Affinity now that I put back rEvoke or Boggles. Oh, I shouldn't call it because then it just happens. All right. Definitely just lead Cove. Next turn we can go Preordained Chancery perhaps. They go Ancestral. It's pretty solid. I could also play Kabira Crossroads plus Preordain here. I can gain more life that way. I think I want to bottom both of these. I think they're not exactly what we want. I think I like Crossroads here. Just start slowly playing Crossroads multiple times. Just start gaining life. It's good against like Galvanic Blast and their aggro plan. I like it. I've really liked this card in my deck actually. I kind of want a second one. Opponent is in the tank here. It is just so hot here in San Diego tonight, and it's so hot in this office. I'm probably not going to be able to do very long of a stream tonight because of that. Oh, it's Goblin combo, and they just happen to have all artifact lands. That is not what I was expecting. They have the first day of, they have the combo right now? Wow. There's nothing I could have done. I have 2 tap lands. This is their turn 3, so looks like I'm going to get turn 3'd here. This is a pretty rough matchup for us, actually. We have 2 relics. I think I kind of want a second Last Breath. Sick. They might not have the win con yet. They might need to find it still. We get Dispel, double Hydro, double Relic. We can bring in some number of revokes. And Dawnbringer Cleric can be decent too, exiling cards from their yard, killing munitions, stuff like that. We have a lot. Alright, they have the win. They're gonna just show the goblin that pings here for like 6 mana or whatever, deals 5 or whatever it is. Flame Breather or something? Forget. They can also just get the 1/1 that sacks a goblin to give another creature +1/+1. Yeah, Flame Wave Invoker. Alright. Let's just sure we can try to time them out, but turn 3 win from the opponent, not bad. Alright. Definitely want all of these. I don't think Stonehorn actually does anything. I think they showed a lot of artifact lands there. They might have just like happened to have the standard list by Hamuda plays, I think, 2 Great Furnace, 2 Vault. Bringing in the like when I've looked at the lists, bringing in artifact destruction for their lands seems a little bit risky. I could still bring in like 2 copies though. Let's see. Magic Online's having some trouble right now. I feel like I'm not clicking wrong, but it's kind of messing up. I would definitely want Last Breath. I think I want Journey, even though they can sack in response. Maybe I also want Dawnbringer Cleric. It's just a lot of stuff to have. Don't think I need Spirited Companion here. Inside like this. I mean, Dust to Dust gotta be just better than rEvoke in this matchup. I don't want too many though in case they run out of targets. I don't want to have like 3 in my hand and then play 0 artifact lands. Okay. Up here. We got Lose. What's up, dude? Thanks, bud. You gonna hang out while we play, or are you gonna be too hot up here? I think you're gonna be too hot. All right, let's jam this. There's the man himself running through the grass. Thank you, Bobby. Let's go game 2. Loon says thank you. Let's get the sideboard out of here. Would you like to play first? Yes. I mean, I'm not going to mulligan this hand. This hand is just really just fine. Lead with the tap land. Pass. We got this. I've beaten Mogwarts before. Yeah, and there's the basic. Ooh, there's a relic. Nice. I definitely want to play relic around duress. So it's a lead on Ponder. Wow, no lands. I think I just need to shuffle because of that. Pass. We really need to draw lands. Not sure what you're asking about the combo of this deck. I mean, just the Ephemerate loops is kind of our combo. Okay. Did not draw the Dust Dust. Okay, there's a Putrid Goblin. I'm just going to journey that. Missing land drops here. It's bad for us. If we draw lands, though, I think we're set up to win this game. If we don't draw lands, it's going to be tough. I also could have just passed with Counterspell up, let them have Putrid Goblin for a turn. But I just don't want things to kind of go south, if you know what I mean. Just get messed up. Carnarium. They should bounce Vault. They do. Oh, man. Can't cast any spells. Which sucks. We had the Ponder and 2 lands in our opening hand. We pondered, saw 0 lands, and we haven't drawn a land for any turn. So I think we've gotten pretty unlucky so far. Because if we saw 1 land off the Ponder, we could have kept it and then just divinationed, but now we can't. Okay, there's a land. It's not, even though it's a tap land, it's not that bad because leaving up counter and hydro here aren't too bad either. Deadly Dispute. I think I need to just counterspell this. I guess then I tap out against a potential combo from them, but I also can't let them just get so much mana and card advantage. So let's just try to counter it here. They could also have Pyro. They don't. I'm just so far behind from missing land drops that I don't think I can just like always have Relic up. I need to not let them just Ancestral basically. Counter 2/3 of it. See what the opponent's got. They're in the tank here. They went into the tank for a second game 1 and then killed us game on turn 3, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, they still draw. We just exiled Ichor Wellspring once it was in the graveyard, but it still just died. Faithless Looting. So they can go, like, put combo pieces into the yard and exhume them. They just discard extra lands. Bridge Vault, sure. Duress us. Okay. Probably take Hydro. That's my guess. They usually play one copy of Masked Vandal as well, so gotta watch out for that. But again, nothing I could do so far. If I don't draw any land, I'm still going to just evoke Muldrifter, I think. Matron. Okay, now it's a little more sketchy because they're gonna have that like part of the combo here. Probably just get another Putrid Goblin. Skirk Prospector. Hmm. I think I need to just pass here. They know every card in our hand, but at least we can have Relic Activation up. Sure, they can play through that potentially, but you know, also if we tap out and they have the combo, then they're gonna play through it because we don't even have it. Yo, I just was messing around. It's because it's blue white evoke. But I have one revoke existence in the main, so it's UI revoke. Kind of funny. um, so they're gonna matron. They're gonna get putrid goblin. They still can't combo. The problem with this is if I let it resolve, they can get um, the. Now I'm blanking on the name. The green card that blows up relic. But if they just, I can just let it resolve. Not sure what the winning line is here. Yeah, Mass Vandal. I just said it earlier. You uncomfortable here? Here, you go down like this. You good? All right. He's chill now. Okay. So sure they could get Mass Vandal, but they don't even have another creature in their yard yet. Again, of course we want to pop Relic when they combo off, but what if they just get Mass Vandal? I'm just gonna let it resolve. They're obviously trying to bait the Relic activation with that. They know about Relic. I guess also even if they get Mass Vandal, they might not have Putrid Goblin yet. Maybe they don't have Mass Vandal in their deck post board. So it looks like they might go for first day of class here. And then I have to pop Relic. All right. Surprised they're doing this because they use one of their first day of classes and I get the Putrid Goblin. I guess they can just go sack Matron, play another Putrid Goblin, go off still. Looks like they have it. Jeez. So, oh, and they have another Unearthed. GG's, well played. That deck's pretty solid. They just were able to go off through Relic. So, oh, it's new qualifier points now, I think. Sweet. Yeah, they were able to just go off through relic there. Just us missing those land drops was just too brutal. I think that's one of the biggest weaknesses of Evoke is either missing land drops just really screws you, or flood can screw you as well. Because you're kind of just like a controlling blue white deck, both of those things really hurt you more than most decks. Of course, flood is going to hurt any deck, but like a lot of decks like burn can operate on two lands where we just can't operate. We try to make up for that with bounce lands, cantrips, and everything, but that is just one of the weaknesses of this deck. We still won 3-2, still a really fun league, good result. Crushed Boros. And we died to Boggles and Mogwarts there. Let's work on the deck here. I think I do want another copy of Last Breath in the main. Card's just been like continuously impressing me. Exiling is huge. The ability to gain 4 life against aggressive burn decks is also really big. Might be time for Doggo to go. Could just cut this Brainstorm again. I don't know if I need the Spirited Companion, but I have liked the rEvoke existence so far. Oh, yo, draft. GG's. Yeah, good games. Cool to see you in chat post board. You played really well. I was just saying to chat that missing those land drops was just the end of me there. My hand was decent, but I missed lands on Ponder and just didn't get there. And you had the T3 win game one, which was pretty brutal. Yeah, I even had the restraint to not pop relic when you played the matron. Um, I had to wait for you to play the first day of class first. Okay, so you're saying it might have been better if I just got the matron. You would have been digging for a win con. But didn't you had Putrid Goblin and first day of class in hand already? And then you got second Putrid Goblin. But the matron would have been exiled, so you would have still made infinite mana, and then you would have gone intro to prophecy without a win con. Yeah, but I mean that's when I've played the deck before, that's likely a win. So I also didn't know that. I mean, I don't know if you don't have the win con or if you don't have the second putrid goblin. So I took one line and I think it was fine. Another thing is there's so much burn in the meta right now. Maybe maybe I even just do this. This guy is a good boy, but I think I'm gonna try this. Just wait, what happened? I added it and then deleted it. Just been really liking the Lone Missionary. Good games though, draft for sure. Fun match anyway. Just got rolled basically. All right, I think I'm finally gonna try the Lone Missionary in the main deck. This looks pretty good to me. Having Dawnbringer plus Lone Missionary main is a little bit of overkill, but there's so much burn and blackburn in the meta. I play against it like at least once per league, it feels like. So having like main deck Lone Mish seems solid. Plus, it's decent against Fae. Then we get to go up to 3 Lone Missionary post board. I like it. I think 1 Stonehorn's still the number I like. Yeah, this is what I would do. Ooh, I can also add second Kabira Crossroads, like maybe over Plains even. No, I just don't want to add more bad tap lands. We'll just try it like this. Maining missionary is a little vanilla. Is that a pun or is that just like an actual statement? It's just I've seen people do it before. It seems reasonable. It's just a concession to the burn heavy meta. I think overall, like a companion or another cantrip would generally be better if you're not expecting. Oh, main the second cleric first. No, I don't think so. I think it's better to have 1-1. As the game goes long, both of them can gain life, but having something to just gain a ton of life. Um, and I've liked having more like one ofs in this deck because you're a control deck. Like you get more options as the game goes longer. Sure, more Dawnbringers gives you more options too, but I don't know. I think I'll try the 1/1 and go from there. But certainly it would be reasonable to do like two Dawnbringers main, triple one Mish side, or something like that, or another Hydro Blast. But that'll wrap up this YouTube video. Thanks everyone for watching. That was a fun league. Love playing this deck as always. So much fun. Lose, it's tired boy. It's hot here. That'll wrap it up. Peace.